All right, what's going on? This is Napa Valley Sprint Triathlon that I'm doing. Well, not, I'm cleaning my bike. Always start your races with a clean bike because a clean bike is a fast bike. So the day of the race, we woke up at like 4:30 in the morning to make the drive up in Napa. I live in San Francisco, so that drive was probably about like a couple hours maybe. This race was like last year, so I'm just remembering. Anyways, we got there around 6 in the morning. I think I'm making that up because I don't really remember. We got there and then we parked and checked in. Very seamless process. They have a good system in place for the athletes. Do recommend getting there early because the parking spots do fill up, and we were lucky enough to get a spot like right off the road. It was like a 5-minute walk to check in, which is where I'm going right now. I'm gonna go do the check-in and then the bike drop-off. But yeah, at first I put the bike on the saddle, and then I looked around and most people were doing them on the brake levers, so I eventually switched it to that. Here I am defiling my beautiful tarmac with some stickers. But yeah, I'll just let me finish putting my bike together. Oh yeah, take special care in how you organize your things when you are setting up your transition, because it makes it a world easier when you're running through there, especially when you're tired and you're like not thinking clearly. Having everything there laid out perfectly. Like here, I left my shoes open with the socks folded kind of inside out so that I could put them on easier. And then after I set up the bike, we just went back to the car. I got my tri-suit on, and then eventually my
Not sponsored, but dude, if you see this video and want to.
my wetsuit. Not sponsored by Zoot.
Who it is again?
I think they would
Zoot.
laugh if I asked to be sponsored. But a good tri-suit, a good mobility. It's warm. I use it a bunch swimming in the Aquatic Cove in San Francisco, if you're familiar with that. Cold water, but the sweatsuit was comfortable. So here we are a few minutes before the start, just doing some last minute preparation before we head down. Huge shout out to Hana, who was working the camera this whole time. And here is the swim start. As you can see, I'm one of the yellow cappers here, which is the sprint distance. I was actually preparing for Santa Cruz, but then I had some family things come up, so I was in the Philippines for a few weeks. And so here's the start. Don't be an idiot. Don't start at the front if you're a weak swimmer. That's what I did. I kicked so many people during the swim. I'm sure they didn't have a good time. I didn't have a good time. I started hot, looked around, felt good, front of the pack. And then I faded maybe like 15 meters in. So then I was breaststroke the rest of the way out. But yeah, know your place. Start in a place where you feel comfortable. I should have started at the back. But also, it wasn't my head getting kicked, so I don't know. That doesn't matter really if you don't care. And then here I am getting out of the water. I am absolutely beat. If this was the end of the race, I would have been happy. Like,
You got it done.
yeah, I was so tired, but I mean, this is just leg one. Here I am moseying through transition. I don't even know where my bike is at this point. Eventually I find it, make my way down there. I spend like 45 minutes getting ready. But if you take the extra minute to organize your things,
He's somewhere there.
if you take, if I didn't take that extra minute to organize my things, I would have been there for an hour.
Let's go, Don.
And then here I am, making my way out. Again, if this is your first triathlon, do not start with your shoes clipped in. That's what I did. I
There it is.
almost died 6 times just trying to get my feet into my shoes. Eventually I had to stop and just take the L on it and just unclip my shoes and put them on properly.
Let's go, Don.
The bike leg was pretty good. I made up like 3 places, and like biking is my primary sport, so I felt really good on that bike leg. It was a very hilly course. I definitely think a TT bike might have been a bit overkill for the way the course was set up. And then some of you people on the TT bikes need to get comfortable with descending, because some of those corners, like, you could go flat out, but you're going kind of slow. And then here I am spending another 6 years going through transition. But I was feeling pretty good at this point. I got some recovery on the bike, so I was feeling good. I got a couple gels in, so I was fueled. It was only a 5K at the end, so definitely you don't need to really bring fuel or anything, which I didn't think about when I was doing this. I was like, I'm thirsty. So then I make another error here, which you'll see. But yeah, all my things were laid out nicely. I had all of my stuff in my hat, so I just picked up my hat. I had my run belt and my sunglasses, and I picked up a water bottle. I don't know why I picked up a water bottle, and I ran the wrong way. I ran the wrong way with my water bottle. Maybe if I didn't have my water bottle, I would have turned the right way. But basically, I start the 5K. I ended up putting the water bottle in the back of my jersey because I didn't know where to put it, and I didn't need it. I didn't drink from it once through the whole time, so I was just running this 5K with a water bottle. But yeah, that was my experience. Hope you enjoyed.